All right. Hey, everybody, this is Eric from TopFlight Trades. It is, what day is it? July 4th, 4th of July, Independence Day in our great country. Hey, how you all doing today? It's a wonderful day here in the Seattle area. It's really hot. You could probably hear my fan running. I got it pointed on me here. I think it's about nearly 300 degrees in here today. So this is the weekend stock review. This is going to kind of be a short one. I think Naor is going to join us today. I bumped the time up a little bit earlier today, as you can see, from 11 a.m. instead of noon. And in fact, it actually caught me off guard. I was just got my breakfast ready and was sitting there looking at the clock. It was 5 to 11, so I was like, wow, I totally forgot my own change of plan. But I am here. So pretty much what we're going to do is the same thing as always. Hopefully Naor's here. If not, I have a kind of a short plate. I do have some opinions on the market right now, which pretty much dictate how things are looking for me, and as far as everything right now. So it's kind of a game changer, frankly. But I also going to have some other picks here I'm going to be looking at, and I'm going to be integrating this site a little bit better to include some more short plays because of what I foresee coming ahead in the near future here. All right. Okay, let me see. I'm just going to jump right into it here. Not waste any time because I know everybody wants to get out. It's 4th of July. I got right after this, I'm going to go see some family and friends. And I hope you are too. I'm sure most people are going to just be viewing this video here, in the off hours. The video will be posted at our website at topflighttrades.com. It'll also be on YouTube, Google+, and I'll probably post links on StockTwits and InvestFeed as well. So let's just jump right on over and take a look at things. Oh, another thing, I want to apologize for last weekend. Things have been pretty busy around here. My other line of work involves emergency management, and our state's on fire right now, as you can probably imagine, all of the West. So with that right now, it draws a lot of us. That draws pretty much my attention there in odd hours it can. So basically, things are just kind of picking up. With that, the markets are kind of turning as well. So I'm going to have to try to find a real strong balance here to properly get these videos out. I don't really anticipate a weekend disruption, but there is a chance I could get called away for a week or two over a weekend. So yeah, that's that. So again, let's jump on over back to the charts. So this is the S&P, the spider here. Last week was not good. And of course, we can blame it on a few things. You can blame it on Greece. Also in the news that we were dealing with last week that I had my eye on was that Puerto Rico claiming that they can't repay, was it 30 billion in debt? And then we had China. The Shanghai was kind of all over the place. And so basically, I normally don't pay that great of attention to the world markets. I don't study it every single day. I keep an eye on what's close to home, but you can't help but to pay attention to certainly Greece and the EU, Puerto Rico coming out. And then the Shanghai, a week ago Friday, the Shanghai was down 7.3%. And I think that Monday was down another 3%. Then it was up, and then it was down. It's starting to be real volatile and all over the place. And so I'm a little cautious with that. And the markets definitely reflected that. So you can see, starting the week here on Monday, after last weekend, was it last Sunday, local time in the States here, Greece missed that payment, that deadline that they are required. At least they promised they would try to meet. They failed to meet that. So the market showed it by gapping down big time on Monday. And then you can see the rest of the action for the week. And we've come down and hit the 200-day on the spider here, SPY. So that's where we're at with that. And also last week, Monday, quite a few things shifted for me as well. When Greece, this is just kind of a personal thing. Well, not really a personal thing. It affects everything. But when Greece came out and put those controls on withdrawals for the citizens there in Greece to withdraw money, they put a cap on it. So you couldn't grab more than, I think it was $66 a day out of your ATM from the bank. That did not include affect tourists. But those there in Greece could not withdraw their money. And when I see, when that occurs and I see a bank in our world economy that's putting on controls and preventing a bank run, that's usually a sign for me to go grab some cash. And that's what I did. I went to my bank and withdrew some cash that I normally have there. I just have it, keeping it close. Doesn't mean I'm going on some big bank run or anything like that, and withdrawing all my accounts. That's certainly not the case, but it's just a sign that, cash is pretty good to have. And you never know what's going to happen. And last weekend was kind of a tough one to sit through with the markets. And we saw what happened when Monday opened up. We gapped down big time. So here we are now. What are we looking at? Well, you can see the linear regression channels drawn in here. It needs to be corrected. I think it can probably come down a little bit more. But again, right now we hit support off the 200-day. I am not convinced that we're going to get a full bounce out of this or anything. And what did I see this morning? Greece has another deadline. I believe it's tomorrow, which would be their Monday morning, which is our Sunday, if I have that right. Excuse me. They have another deadline, which I don't anticipate they're going to meet. But I think this is going to cause some problems for us. And so pretty much what I am doing is definitely my strategy for long calls is definitely turning south. The problem is, one thing we've had looking at the premium picks, let me see if I can pull them up here. Looking at our premium picks, that market action here, we've had quite a bit of poor action from our market leaders and our sector leaders. Failed breakouts. We've had a lot of stocks that hit our stops, adjusted stops, and we've closed them out on the premium picks list. It's just the market leaders, the ones we rely on to continue to move forward during weakness, are showing weakness and they're struggling. Okay, so to me, that's a sign that really things are turning around. Aside from all the noise that CNBC puts out when we have these pullbacks and this trading sideways a bit, we're still in a bull market. I don't know about right now. I believe IBD's knocked us back to under pressure. I don't think they've changed it, but this is just a choppy market and it's really difficult. So, but what I'm saying is I do not have the confidence right now in the markets, straight up with that. And that comes from a personal side. And with that, that's my stance on that to you as well. Not that anybody needs to listen to what I'm doing, but again, when I put out these premium picks, I want to have confidence in the market, have confidence in the stocks that they're going to grow like I hope that they do. And as you can tell, in the last few months here, the premium picks have just diminished. We're just not seeing the setups. We're not seeing the breakouts. We're seeing a lot of failed breakouts. And it's pretty difficult. So let's go to the premium picks list here. And okay, so all right, let me jump back over. What's going on here? Great, what happened? Okay, sorry. Heck. All right, sorry about that. I don't know what it is. This Apple's been giving me fits in the last couple of days. Stand by, let me do this. Okay, I think you see me. I don't even know where I'm at here. Stupid thing. Okay, there I am. All right, sorry about that. Let me adjust this really quick. Get us logged in here, and I'm going to show you. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm standing on that. And again, I'm just having. Sorry about that. Again, I'm just having a little, obviously the market's starting to turn. So I'm not having the greatest confidence in the premium picks, and we're not seeing the setups. It's not like I'm not delivering them. It's just, we're not seeing them right now. And with that, we're just, it's troublesome. So right now, a lot of the plays I'm looking at are on the downside. And you got to be able to play on the downside if you can. And if you don't have an account where you can, you don't have a margin account where you can short, you can place with some options and buy some puts. And I have done that recently. With me, I'm still messing around with some options. Nothing I'm really advertising and sharing, but I am playing with some puts, and there have been some good gains on the downside with some weak stocks. But again, as far as playing the best stocks out there, I'm having a real hard time with it right now. But we'll take a look at a couple of things here. Let me, again, shoot back, share the screen here. And you can see. Okay. So here's our premium picks list right now. And right now, this number is diminished quite a bit. I think in total this year, we've played over 100 stocks. But again, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit better here so you can see. Okay, I think that might work for you. Okay, so the last one we had was SC back here on the 15th. Okay, now that says a lot. NCBM, and look at that, 2% down 2%. Before that, Taser down 3%. We did meet the first target, but it's since pulled back. Then we got EPAM. UHS has been good at 15%. Again, just kind of fair, but a lot of these are going back into May picks. So look, how many May picks do we have that are still active? 5. We probably had a few we closed out. April, there's 3. There's probably a few that we closed out. March, February, is that 5? And then January had a whole bunch. And then looking down here, well, first off, so these are the still positions that we have open right now. So you can see we're still holding them pretty good. And what I've done too is I've come through and adjusted the stops, kind of raised them up a bit. And so I probably will do that again to make sure we protect our profits. And then looking down here, these are the ones we closed out. Some of these we stopped out early on. And let me get down here. And these are the ones we started closing out. The market was starting to get choppy and we just took our profits. First one of the year was the PCYC. We hit 100% gain out of that right out of January 2nd. Close that up. I don't know where PCYC is right now. Let's take a look. That was an entry at 253 PCYC. So we did, you stupid thing. Oh, wait. Did I mess it up? PCYC. Where'd they go? Must have got bought out or something. What the heck? All right. It's been a while since I've messed with PCYC. We closed out of it. So PCYC, what the heck? What shows it? StockTwitch shows it at 261. So anyways, all right. Oh yeah, we got in at 126. So anyways, we took our profits with that. HSP, Skyworks. Anyways, here we are. And then here's some more down here that we ended up closing up. VDSI, 34%. EGN, 42. CMO, 30. AMBA, 67. That was a good one. And so on. So definitely was a time to kind of start reeling them in again. We've been doing that since. And most recently, we've closed a few of these out here. You can see CTSH, we closed out at 10%. This one, the Pacey, we stopped out on. And then Cruise, that was when we stopped out on with a raised stop. So that's where we're at. And kind of what I'm showing here right now, we've had more than 93. Anyways, we got 13 still holding, and 80 we've closed out. So, yeah. So that's pretty much where I'm at with that. So where does that take us with the markets? Again, I'm pretty concerned about this right here. We gap down, and I do not really see. I mean, I guess if Greece really comes out and whatever the resolution is, Greece isn't going to come out and satisfy any debts. I mean, whatever the news is going to be, I'm not very hopeful that it's going to be positive news that market's just going to take off green again like nothing happened. That's what I think. I think we're kind of down here in a hole, and it's going to be hard to kind of get ourselves back up above the 100-day here. That's just me. But we'll keep an eye on it and be cautious with it. If we break the 200, then we're into a different game here. And then we're looking back in this area, 200 or so. Let's take a look at the SPX. Okay, so yeah, same thing. So back down here in the 2000s area. Yeah, so let's take a look at NASDAQ. I mean, look at the chart here in this channel, linear regression. We're just at the bottom. That's fine. I get that. I understand that. But again, you just want to be cautious. Let's take a look at the Dow, see how the Dow's looking. Okay. So note the linear regression channel is sideways there. It's definitely not, increasing. But so that's where we're at with that. So, yeah. So what are the stocks? I'll show you some of the stocks I'm actually been playing with a little bit here. I've been playing a few on the short side, playing with some puts. And again, these aren't ones I'm necessarily endorsing. I'm just kind of playing around. I'm learning the options a little bit still here. I've been doing it for a few months here, just kind of playing around. And this one, DeVry, this is one I've bought some puts on. And I expect this to continue heading downward. This is a very horribly rated company. It's not making any money. It's just, there's no hope for this company, I don't think. But anyways, I'm playing that one on the short side. HZNP, playing this on the long side. This was a premium pick. And I, of course, in this one, looking good. We kind of pulled back here, but we're up right now. So, hopefully this continues to move. It's a pharmaceutical, of course. This is one that I expect is, it's a strong company, and I really want this to hold up in the markets. And so far, it's did well. I mean, of course, it pulled back with the rest of the markets, but it's bounced right back strong, and we're looking for again to reach new highs. Another one I'm playing in the downside is Win. I've been playing this one here for a few months. I got back over here about $9, and we're down to $6 now. So this thing just keeps falling. Again, this company. It's kind of how I play. I'm like, well, if I'm long, I want the best companies out there. I want the strongest companies with strong sales, strong growth, good management, innovative products, strong demand. And when it comes to playing on the downside, I want the worst. I want the companies that I want everything on my side that's going to show that stock's hopefully going to fall in my direction. And Win is one of those companies. I've been playing this one since, back about $9. It was down in this fall. I caught it midstream, I think. I'd probably say probably about $9.25 maybe. Anyway, so still letting that run. I've been in and out of Windstream a few times. The other one I'm playing on the downside, which this was a technical play, is BDSI. And I got in right here when this came up and when hit resistance here on the RSI. It did pull back a bit, but we'll see what it's going to do. So it's BDSI. And again, I'm not following the company. People are going to call me or email me and say, great news is coming out. And that's great. This is a technical play. I don't know anything about the company. It's not rated very well. And again, it was a technical play, and that's what I'm playing on the short side right now. Next, we have BGO, Winnebago. Now, the purpose of this play, this one was one that I played because of the breakout, expecting a pullback. So I got in here right on this top candle up here, back here on the 9th. And I'm playing some option puts on this one, expecting a pullback. I'd love to see it come on down to 20. So it's just a few days old. So we're looking good there. And this company is rated fairly, kind of middle of the pack. They got positive earnings. They beat earnings by a penny, and they got one heck of a move out of it. This one they missed, and it gapped down. So, yeah, this company isn't the worst company, but what I was playing in this one, my strategy was just that huge pop, waiting for it to pull back. So that's what I'm looking for there. Another one I am long on is SC. This is a premium pick. This was a premium pick going back. I've played this one a few times. I think I played back in here. And I could play this breakout too. But anyways, I'm in this one long, of course. And this is another very strong company, sector leader. And this is one, again, I expect to hold up when the overall market is weak, fair, or even red. I expect this to move. And it's plugging away. We're just getting some normal action out of it here. But again, we're looking for new highs, kind of like HCMP. Kind of came up, pulled back. There we go. So, and then the other one I'm playing this one for a long time too, is MCF, Contago Oil and Gas. This company is just hurting right now. So when you look at their fundamentals, it's all red. I mean, they're just, I hate to say it. Last earnings here, down 98 cents a share versus 67 cents. And you can just, what are they expecting? Yeah. Anyways, so we're playing this one right now as well. So I intend to, I'll be playing a lot more shorts, and I'll be populating my short list much more on some technical plays. And now that the market is, I believe, is really going to turn, a lot of these, the market's going to be moving in favor of the short plays. I've been kind of playing around right now, but I will be updating the short list, and if the market does turn on us and we start to lose this bull run, then that short list will be elevated up to more of a bearish premium pick list. But we'll get there when we get there. Again, I'm not totally bearish on the markets right now. It's just, again, we've been doing this dance here going back. I mean, look at this. Okay. All right, here's our October dip. Okay, blah, 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 blah. So we came up, found this new high, of course, pulled back, didn't find a new high. We did find a higher low, back up to that level, back out, higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low. I mean, it's just, it's difficult. It's really, really difficult right now. So, and again, with the S&P is up, not even 1%. Is that what it said? Not even 1% this year so far. Where'd it go? 0.87%. And if it wasn't for Thursday and Friday, or Wednesday, Thursday, I believe, we were in the red. Monday's gap down put us in the red overall for the year, but we were able to kind of bounce back a bit. So that is that. What else is going on? Take a look at a couple others here. I'll show you a couple other stocks that I'm looking at that I'm looking on the downside. I'm not saying that these are yet, but I'll shoot through a couple of them. Well, in fact, I'll take a look and see how they're doing here. MRO. Okay, so this is one. This is one I added to my watch list a few days ago back on this right here, and it's last week. It's since pulled back. I haven't followed this one too closely. I'm just kind of looking at some technical setups here that I like, and so that's one. I'm thinking this is going to continue down. You can see we found a new low there. So we're going to probably come down to 25s and possibly lower. Keep an eye on MRO. And we have PVA, essentially the same play. We got big spike of volume there. And, looking at some of these plays too, they get the big volume, and I'm not saying that for this instance necessarily, but we get the nice pop out of it, but the news really doesn't justify all the strength and the hype behind it. You know what I mean? If a company comes out and it says, hey, just scored a $200,000 contract, and then the stock value goes up 5%, that's a little out of whack, because obviously that contract would not feed that much revenue and boost the value of that company by that much, but people like it, and so that's just the markets. All right, stand by here. That's just the markets. Okay, sorry, we got fires all over the state right now of Washington. It's just crazy. And we haven't even started lighting fireworks off yet. We got people running around lighting fires. We had two guys on I-5 there north of Seattle. They were driving up and down the highways with a flare, and they were lighting fires. And they started about 10 fires along I-5, which stopped traffic because of smoke, visibility. And in fact, a state trooper passing the other direction actually witnessed them, but couldn't get turned around fast enough to catch up to them. But we got people out there lighting fires, and then we got lightning coming through and high winds, and it's absolutely dry. It's just crazy out there right now. Anyways, so hey, this is one that I really wish I would have jumped on. Kinda, I wouldn't have played an option on it, but last week this hit one of my my technical lists, and it's since down 25%. So I would have got in probably about here. And we're now down to 2. So, yeah, pretty good. And I have a lot of these technical plays. I've been writing them down and I do plan to, some of these setups are just pretty sweet setups. And again, I normally have not played on the short side in my trading career. Not till recently have I started to look in that a little bit and pretty much apply some setups. And again, if the market's moving your direction, there are going to be some really nice profitable setups. And that's what I'm trying to, get in place and honed so I can share with you. And you can play them if you like them, because I will be playing them. EasyYM, another one here. Again, another very weak company. Looking for the technical play, looking for it to go on the downside. So we'll see. It just popped right on through the 100-day there, no problem. The bottom of the linear regression channel here. So what are we looking at? We could see some support down here, 275, 252. This one I like, NES. You can see, obviously the last couple of days we had some good strong red candles there. And then of course, looking down here, we got the RSI. We finally pierced the RSI there. You can see this support line we had been running here for a while. Kind of hit it a few times. We finally broke through that. So we'll see. We'll take a look and see how we do with that. We'll look back at this next week. And I wouldn't be surprised if we were below 5. And another one we're looking at, HSC. I'm just looking to wait for this pullback off this pop here. So was it Wednesday? We got a nice pop out of it. I don't know how well we did there. But Thursday action pretty much just came to a screeching halt right here on the 200-day. We're still within the channel here. So I'm thinking it'd be pretty nice to get a pullback here from 17s down to 15s. So, yeah, let me see if Nayor is around. If Nayor is not around, then, right. No, I don't see Nayor. Let me do another thing here. And Ryder, I think Ryder, he's on vacation. He is out. Well, he won't say he's on vacation, but last I talked to him, he was out traveling, exploring the world. Let's see here. All right. Nayor is not there. All right. Well, folks, that's kind of what I'm looking at. Let me take a look at a couple others here. Let's take a look and see what stocks. I'm just trying to look at some of the biggest gainers here last week. And again, I don't know these companies very well at all. That's not what I wanted to do. So Zoom here, 25% or 21%, excuse me. Or PM up 19. Just trying to see what jumps out at me here. DLHC. It's like a nice pop there. Look at that volume. Well, they didn't have any volume to begin with, so average was 57K, now up to 877K. Wow. I bet that pulls back. Angie, 13. Let's take a look at some of the losers. Okay, what's this one? ISH, shipbuilders. Oh, yeah, you got to love a company that all the news releases are all legal firms looking for people affected by that. I don't know why they allow those law firms to post their crap in the news streams, and the news feeds. I hate it. Anyways. Okay, let's look at some of the losers of last week. Holy smokes. NI, nice source. Down 62%. Wonder what's up with that. It is probably up to no good. Oh, split. Okay. Split from $47 to... Whatever. Oh, GTS. Holy smokes. Wow. What a play if you would have got in back here, huh? If you would have played the breaking below the 70 on the RSI. Would have faked you out, though. It's done it a couple of times. But, oh, man. Yeah, there's really no way to anticipate that. You could see a few clues with your indicators of it leaning. Obviously, we get some red candles in a row, but there's no one's expecting that. Downgraded. Yeah, now they downgrade it. That was 2 days ago. Okay, that couldn't have been the reason. Couldn't have been the reason. Let's take a look. Yeah, well, that's the downgrade history. All right. Back to the list here. So I'm just kind of just shooting through here, see if I recognize anything, anybody. Ooh, interesting. INTX. Looking new lows. We're at 263. Finally broke through support at 3. You can see our 3s listed there. Again, I usually play the bodies, but whatever. It's pretty obvious 3 was some support there. And it broke through big time. W2, Weight Watchers. Oh my goodness. I was watching this one. This made on my technical list, as well as a few others. I'm not saying I called it or something, but this one I watched last week, and I only had 1 or 2 reds. And it was just starting to poke through. I don't see my drawings on here. Yeah, this one is not rated very well either. And wow, 12% down. That would have been nice to get in on that. See what else here. So I don't see anything else that I really recognize. Free C's down 11%. Yeah, a lot of these are pretty low price. Yelp. What happened with Yelp? Holy cow. Down 10%. I got to see what's up with Yelp. Take a look here. I'm not watching the video. Okay. I'm not into Yelp. I don't know much about Yelp. So yeah, so let me look at something else here. All right. Let me pull up. I'm just going to go through my list here really quick here. And we'll just shoot through some stocks here, some leaders. See how we're doing with them. And actually, I'll tell you what. Sorry, I don't have my notes in front of me. Again, I moved the time up an hour and I forgot about it. So here we go. I think that's it. Zoom, 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 zoom. Yeah, whatever. Let's just shoot through a few of these here. Take a look at Apple. Apple, man, a couple of people had asked me about Apple here recently. And I actually was pretty hopeful on Apple. I was thinking that, I mean, it looks like the rest of the market here, really, but I was really hopeful we'd get a bounce and at least come up to 132, which we still might. I mean, again, the market's doing its thing, but yeah, the Apple's not down to the 200-day, but it's still within its channel. I think Apple, of course, is fundamentally strong enough. I think we'll bounce back. It just might take another week. I don't know. So, and then we have, let's see, what's AMBA doing? Oh, AMBA, that's right. AMBA was due for a pullback, and it definitely got it. Look at that. Yeah, that was a couple weeks ago, and it's just been trading sideways since. It's tough. How about Guild? What's Guild doing? Yeah. Guild was just chugging away for a while. I know we talked about it a few weeks ago. We talked about this breakout here. We just pretty much watched this thing run. After this thing really got running, you know, I knew we were due for a pullback. I wasn't sure when we were going to get it. We finally got it. But, you know, it just goes to show sometimes when you see a stock run, and I've done this a million times, you say, well, it's too late to get in. Well, I said that right here, you know, at 108. And I don't know, literally at 108. But, you know, after it broke out, I was expecting a pullback. It didn't really pull back. It could have got in here. But still, it just chugged all the way up here. You know, now we're pulling back to where we're at 115. So we'll see how we do from there. Then I'm kind of curious on this NXPI. Let's see where this one is. And it's one of those tickers that TradingView doesn't like to load. There's about 10% of the stocks that I look at, TradingView will not load the daily chart on them. It'll load the 60-day, 60-minute. It'll load the hourly chart. There you go. It just won't load the daily. So, okay, well, here's your NXPI. Doesn't really show me what I want to see. ARX on the daily. This was a premium pick we got stopped out on, I believe, if I remember right. And this is just all over the place. Look at this. Oh, gosh. Broke to the 200, came back up, broke to the 100, pulled back down to the 200. This is just a mess. We already looked at AMBA. What else do we have here? I'm looking at my list here. CBM. Oh yeah, CBM. I just closed out on this one, CBM. This was a long option play. I had a call on it, and I closed out at a loss. I think I played this breakout, and it just wasn't getting. I was losing my money on the time decay, and it wasn't performing. So I hit my loss at 30% or so. It was kind of a killer. That was a painful one for June. I think I got out June 30th or so, right at the end of the month. Anyways, I'm not in CBM anymore. Still a good company. It's just not ready for me yet. So CNC. Yeah, CNC. This one was looking good, and then we had this happen. So, sorry here. All right. Yeah, we got red flag warnings all over right now. We got fires everywhere. Yeah, what a mess. Okay, let me look at a couple other things here. I'm kind of shooting down the list here. Oh, cyber. Let's see how cyber's doing. Yes. Oh, I got out of cyber, I think, right up here. Yeah, I got out, and I look back at this few days, and I got out right at the absolute top, and it was just happened to be. Good call. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think I took a small loss on it. I don't have my note in front of me. Either way, this wasn't a super winner for me, but I think I tried playing. I think I played this back here somewhere, and it turned on me. I held it kind of through, got up, and then that's why I just said, forget it. The market. We had Greece. That was the other thing with the Greece uncertainty and all that. And I was up a little bit. I was like, I'm pulling the plug. It was the end of the week, a week ago, I guess. Good call. Anyways, I'm out. So anything obviously turned on me. I'm glad I followed my rule and got out there. How about Facebook? Facebook. All right. Look at that run here last week. Looking good. Not in Facebook at all. We already looked at Guild. We already looked at HEMP. What else jumps out at me here? We already looked at NXPI. MSCC. What is this one? Okay. We were watching this one a couple weeks ago, looking for a breakout here. You can see we drew the line. Boy, look at that fake out right there. I'm glad I missed this. I probably wouldn't have actually called it because it truly wasn't a new high because you have this area back here. But looking at this line from the previous, we're kind of floating around through there. But, again, how many people got caught up in that? Looks like a lot of people right there, but basing it on this this candle here, and then it pulled back, and now they're down 10%. Mylan, nothing. It's just ugly, in a lot of these companies. And again, they're good, strong companies, but we're just at the wrong time. It's just the wrong time of the cycle here. They're pulling back, they're trading sideways with the rest of the market. And this, market could probably absolutely turn around here in the next few weeks. Market's going to just be green and booming, and all these charts are just going to give us, at one time, they're going to give us 300 new premium picks. You know what I mean? They're all going to find new ground here, and they're all going to pop, and we're suddenly going to have a ton of picks on the bullish side if the market turns around like that, because all these charts are setting up like that. Again, Guild, let's find some new highs. Let's do it. We got Celgene. How's Celgene doing? Ugh. Good golly. This one's got a ways to go. Pretty ugly. Let's look at the weekly on it. This looks a little bit better. Yeah. That's Celgene. I'm not in Celgene at all. SCI. I was in SCI for a while, and I think we did pretty good on it. Still plugging away pretty good here. Last couple weeks, though, not very. Corvo. Oh boy, yeah. I remember when we were down here. It's such a young company. Oh yeah, you can see how I drew my line down here. It would have been a pretty sweet play, 66 to 86. But being such a young company, didn't have the history. I didn't have a lot of confidence to play it. But it did do nicely through earnings, gapped up, ran back up, find new highs, pulled back. Yeah. Corvo's always a good one to keep an eye on. A little early for me, though. All right, what else do we have here? I know there's a few others that I wanted to go over. Let's take a look at Skyworks. I'm kind of scared too. Okay, yeah, here's Skyworks. This is a premium pick. Still plugging away. We're not getting real strong action, but we are still upward, and we are green on it from when we got in back here on the premium pick. Sonic. Let's take a look at Sonic. Oh my goodness. Sonic I played. I don't remember where I was. It was back in here. Yeah. I don't know if I got caught in this. I want to say I got out just about even on it. Yeah, just ugly. You know, and again, I mean, take this point to the right and scratch it all. You'd say, hey, this looks great. I mean, from, this run from 21 up here to 32, just running great. Everything looks absolutely beautiful, doesn't it? Yeah. How about like that? Oh, that looks great. What a company. Oh, geez, what a company. Oh, my. Oh, gee. Yeah, not new highs. Oh, new. We're finding lower lows. Oh, my goodness. And things turn just that quick. And here, how many people got hope here before earnings? It's a strong company. They do really well. How are their earnings? They missed by a penny. Wow. So their numbers aren't performing as well. And we're going to, again, with the overall markets, we're going to start to see that. If companies aren't making money, earnings start declining, S&P will start declining. So when you get these strong companies that just been routinely and historically reporting strong earnings and growth, and they start doing this, that worries me. Again, I want the best, strongest companies to lead. And some of them still are. I mean, but, again, just my feeling, my interpretation of it. UTHR. Okay, this thing will probably be really nice. We got this ascending triangle kind of forming here. We come up to 190, pull back, 157. You can see we got a nice channel here. Come back up to 190, pull back again. We got the 100-day. We're at the bottom of the channel. We're underneath the 100-day, though. So, again, we could get a nice bounce out of this. And if we come back up to 190, we'll have a nice solid-looking ascending triangle pattern. Let's do this. You can see our RSI down here. Let me see if I can blow this up a bit. We can see it a little bit better. I'm trying to manipulate this. That's where we left off, was back in here. And you can see we've held that area pretty well. Yeah, it tested it right down here, didn't it? Obviously. But, we're still kind of above it where we're at right now. If this breaks through, yeah, not good. UNH. This has been a good one. Again, healthcare. It's funny looking at the chart here. It's been a week since I looked at the chart on UNH. I thought it was much stronger. Boy, they're ready to break out, but boy, they're having a hard time with it. I'm trying to break past 123 here since March, April, end of March. Earnings coming up in 12 days. All right. Oh, Taser. Taser. Oh, my. Taser is one I got out of. Another loss here recently. I bought early on this one. I went back and, looking at my my play, I bought too soon. I didn't play this on a true breakout like I normally do. I don't remember what I did, but I bought too soon. This was not a normal breakout. You know, I like to close above the previous highs. Sometimes I'll give a little bit more room up here to show. It did not do that at all. Even looking back now. Well, I mean, where did I buy in? It could have been this day right here. I think it was. I think this thing took off. You can see the candle here went up to 35.95. I probably bought up in the upper 35s, thinking this thing's running, going strong. I think they had good news that day of a big order, and this thing just took off. You know, kind of like the example I gave earlier. You know, you talk about a company getting a $500,000 order, stock goes up 10%. Well, you know, that $500,000 order is not going to boost the value of the company by 10%. It's nothing. But, you know, so what's that tell you? But I fell right into it. I bought into this, thought we had enough strength, new highs, and it did not. Pull back, and I think I got out right over here. Saw we did not make new highs. Good call, and this thing's just been nothing. What is this arrow here? I don't think I got in here. I'm pretty sure I didn't get in down here. Maybe I did. I'm pretty sure I thought I failed on the breakout. Anyways. All right. I don't know if anybody's even watching me here. We have anybody here. Let me see if anybody is here right now. It's just me. Good. I don't think you should be sitting here watching me on a beautiful day like this. Okay. Another one looking at wall. Not good. Not good this last week. Man. Look at that volume. So it's like a merger. Yeah. I mean, again, folks, look at this chart. I mean, yeah, it's at the top of the channel there, and we're just pulling back to the bottom of the channel. And, you know, it's probably just going to come right off it and go. But, boy, look at that volume. Wow. How about VRX? This one's always been a pretty good one. You know, and I could just jump over to the weeklies and look at these, but it's really no use right now. I mean, the weekly is not going to show me anything right now. The way the market is acting, it's going to convince me. I mean, of course, I always like to look at the weeklies. Okay, gives us new perspective. Gives me a different perspective, and it's always good to stand back and look versus you know, looking really closely, not that the dailies closely, but, you know, looking at the 15-minute chart, that doesn't tell you anything about the overall trend of the company, of the stock, I mean. But here's the weekly on Ulta. I mean, really nothing looks abnormal here. I would expect this thing to probably find some new highs and hit 180. That'd be a pretty sweet jump. Let's take a look at the SPY on the weekly right now. Okay. Changing gears here again. Back to the SPY. And this is one thing we've talked about, the markets being choppy and everything for the past few months. You know, one thing that I like to look at is the weekly. And again, going back here, I'm just kind of hiding the last few weeks here, months. Does anything look abnormal here? No. Let me fix it a little bit so you can kind of see. I mean, yeah, you can kind of see that we're kind of starting to curl a little bit on the weekly. But still, we're well, outside last week, we're still within the channel. This isn't anything that's unreasonable. It's nothing. Looking at the weekly is nothing that's going to bring caution to you. It's not like we failed. You know, it's at the 50 week here. Here's the 100 week, and here's the 200 week. It's not like we've even failed the 50 week line. Okay, even back here, this is October. That was enough to cause panic, and it bounced right back. So again, you know, looking on the weekly on this thing, you could say, hey, look at that. We had quite a turn down, but, you know, we're still, for a moment there in the channel. Look at the Dow on the weekly. Same thing. I mean, the linear regression channel is gonna move with the price action. It's not truly static, but still, I mean, again, it's drawing it here, and you can see we got our highs and we got our lows in this channel, and we're doing it, and we're at the low right now. This fails the 50 week right here on the weekly. If this were to fail it next week, it's a different ball game. We could absolutely get a bounce. Greece could say, screw the world, we're out of it, leave us alone, and whatever. And China's happy, and Puerto Rico, whatever. Like, whatever the case, this could absolutely totally bounce, and we can absolutely find new highs. And if that happens, then my strategy will change. And again, with those stocks that I'm playing on the short side, with some puts, those companies absolutely stink. So even if the market turns green, those are still red, usually. Again, and that's the opposite of what I want when I'm long. I want strong companies are going to be green even when the market's red. That's what we want. And I'm just repeating myself now, I know. All right. What are we looking? Let me look at YY here. What was this doing? Okay. Not much. YY got my attention somewhere here in the last week or so. And I guess it was probably more than a week. It might have been this area here. I don't recall. Yeah. All right. So what else is there? Let me look at outer. Yeah, I saw outer here. We're with this break here, pulled right back. I'm glad I didn't get caught in that. See, this would have clearly been a good breakout play for me. Closed above the previous highs, but pulled right back. Didn't even have earnings. I don't even remember what the deal was with it. But it did. What about lightning earnings on this are suspect? Oh, that's great. CNBC. Well, let's see. Earnings estimate is at 169. Last quarter was 287 versus 168. What's that? 167. So, hey, let this thing trade sideways a bit. It'll get down here. So here in 26 days, this stock will be right over here at the bottom of this channel, and it's going to pop. That's my guess. What do I know? Oh, Pan W. Pan W. Okay, looking good. This one looks pretty strong. Still plugging away here. Yeah, we had the pullback here, but again, nothing abnormal. We're at the top of the channel. RSI was peaked high. Yeah. So that's Pan W. What else do we have? I think that might be about it. So, let me glance at a couple other things here real quick. This is some of the stocks we looked at here just a couple of weeks ago. I didn't write the date on them, so I'm just kind of curious to see where we're at with them. ACHC. This might have been last weekend or the weekend before. ACHC looking good there. ANET. Wow, look at ANET. Okay, when we looked at ANET, it was in the middle of this run. So it's 2 weeks. This was 2 weeks ago we looked at this. It was in the middle of this run here. So here we had it finished that and pulled back. Or it was near the top anyways. I remember that now. ARMH. Dog. What a dog. What a dog. Don't like that. We talked about CBM. CMCM. Cheetah Mobile. This actually made my list, technical list to short. And oh, that's the wrong stock. CMCM. Here we go. Oh, there we go. That's better. It made my technical list to short, and it was in the middle of this mess. And I posted it on InvestFeed or StockTwits or something, that comment, and I got feedback. People are like, no way, dude, this thing's going to run. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know the company. It's just my technicals. Wow. Wow. Trust the news or trust the technicals? I don't know. But boy, it definitely failed. Yeah, I don't know anything about the company. Again, it just caught in one of my systems there and gave me a result. told me it was probably going to drop, and it did, unfortunately. EA. TradingView doesn't like EA. Diplo. Diplo, still plugging away, looking good. ESNT. Wow, look at that. Nice. Look for some new highs there. That'd be sweet. Okay. ESRX. Not going to load. Okay, thank you. EW. Hey, what is up with EW? EW. Okay. Going back here a couple of weeks, we were down in this area. We talked about it obviously a couple of weeks ago because I'm going through that list. And then not long after, I know IBD ran a couple of stories about getting FDA approval on something or other. Receives FDA approval on Sapien 3 for a heart valve. Obviously big news. And we got this reaction out of it. Didn't even make the previous highs at 150. I haven't seen this since, but I know we had this move here, and I was expecting to see something stronger. It didn't, and it didn't even hit 150. Didn't even give us a new high, or even meet the new high. Now it's pulled back a bit. Interesting. GMed. Here's GMed. Still looking for a breakout. Probably not going to happen just yet. HLS. All right. We already looked at MS. NCLH, that's the cruise outfit, Norwegian Cruise Lines. Still just hovering around, trading sideways. O'Reilly, no chart available. We already looked at Outer. Let's look at Sigma Designs. Looking good. Look at that breakout here. Oh, man. And if I remember correctly, when we looked at that, let's see, we looked at that. It was, I want to say it was this day here. Could have been the 11th. Let me look at the dates here. So 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Huh. I don't think we were looking at down here. It seems to me that it already had broken out when we looked at it, and I didn't want to chase it. But anyways, really nice there on Sigma Designs. We looked at UNH, looked at UTHR, looked at WAT. Duncan. Wow. Duncan's plugging away. Aaron's. How's Aaron's doing? Nice candle movement there. It's pretty orderly. CBG. Good. Just got a typical pullback there. And then we have PACW. PACW. I don't remember that one. Okay, looking at my notes here. Back on the 26th, I had this down as a bearish play. Where's the 26th? Probably that day right there. Oh, it was after. Wow. Yeah, you get these companies that stink, man, and they fail support. Same with this XC. Oh, yeah. Holy smokes. Back on the 26th. Where's the 26th? Right on this day. Yeah, 13 to 12. Get these lower price stocks. You don't get a lot of dollar action. You know, good percentages, but not a lot. So I'm not going to help you a lot if you're playing options. It doesn't seem to be for me. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much all I have for today, folks. Let's get back here. Let me find you. All right. It is 12. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks a lot for watching. Sorry, I didn't have my full list complete here when we started this. Again, I changed the meeting up an hour earlier, so some of you can get on with better things for your 4th of July weekend. Also, Nayor, I thought he was going to be here, and I wanted to bump it up an hour earlier because for him, this 12 o'clock is normally, 1 in the morning his time or 11 p.m. his time. I forget. Anyways, I wanted to bump it up. Hopefully, it might be more convenient for him, but he's not here. But either way, if you watch this video, it will be posted at topflighttrades.com. It'll be Google Plus. It'll be on and I'll put it on InvestFeed and StockTwits and wherever else. So in the meantime, if you have any questions, you can reach me at topflighttrades@gmail.com over at TopFlight Trades. And again, I'm on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're pretty much everywhere. And again, I apologize for the light action lately. Again, the markets are not giving us many premium picks right now. And, once again, it's another weekend where there's no telling what's going to happen next week. That's always the case, but we always end the week at a pivot. Technically not at a pivot, but at a pivot point where, it could just absolutely go either way. There's that much uncertainty. And I'm not absolutely absorbed in the news either. I don't sit here and watch CNBC all day and just get all wild up and emotional about it. It's just straight up, capital controls in Greece, China, just whatever. You just got to be aware. There's a difference between being freaked out and being aware. So with that, just be cautious this week, folks. And, if the markets are red and the outlook is not good for this next week, protect your profits, protect your, minimize your losses. If you have any stocks that are out there that are weak and you're down 10%, you really have to consider, following your trading plan. If you don't have one, obviously, then you need to create one or just get out. And because if you can't watch your stock fall and fall and fall and fall, we could have a huge correction here. And I think we are going to have a correction here in the next couple of months. And so it's important to, again, be looking at both sides. Even though it's been a bullish market for the past 6+ years, you can't just stare at the horizon like that the whole time without looking around. So that's all I have to say for you, folks. And so I hope you're best positioned. I hope you're probably, if you're not trading a little lighter, I hope you are probably holding some cash. It's just what you want to do. If we're not in a bull market, if we're in between, cash is king. Play the other side. Reduce your position size. Reduce your exposure. And just be prepared, and then have cash ready. If the markets turn, we get good news, and the S&P wants to be bullish again and bounce off this off the 200-day strongly, well, then have cash available to play that, and then play conservatively. Have your stops adjusted accordingly, so you minimize any kind of losses. But you can play it. You may want to reduce your time horizon. Instead of holding the stock for 6 months, you may want to hold it for 3 weeks. Take 5% gains, 10% gains, not 40% gains. Just be open. Just be open and keep your eyes out for things. So that's all I got to say, folks. So, I'll see you around here. And thanks a lot for watching. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And again, it's 4th of July, Independence Day, folks. Don't forget about our country here. This country's in trouble. We get a lot of people who have very opposing views of where this company should be, where they think this company should be going. They want to end capitalism. They want to end freedoms. They want to end it all. And, they're lighting our flags on fire this weekend, unfortunately. But, if you love your country and you served our country, thank you very much for your service. And I thank you for your family service. I have a lot of family members that served. I've never served in the military, but my family has. And I'm grateful for their service to this country, and I want to honor them and honor the flag and their service for the freedom that they've given us. So celebrate it. Be safe this weekend. In Washington, there's pretty much fireworks are banned pretty much throughout the state. Every fire marshal, county, state, fire district has pretty much done what they can't limit the sale of fireworks, but have pretty much placed burn bans, red flag warnings in place, and then all the county commissioners pretty much have banned fireworks. City councils have banned them. You don't want to be the guy that lights the bottle rocket that burns 55 houses down. We just experienced in Wenatchee, Washington. They just lost 30 homes. Don't know the cause. It all happened in one night in 2 industrial plants. It's dry. The fire spread into downtown Wenatchee. Burned 3 packing sheds. It's the Apple capital of the world. Just devastating. And we got fires all over. Houses. People are losing houses every day here right now. So be thankful, grateful, celebrate freedom, folks. Have a good, safe weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. Happy 4th.